Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Married at First Sight. This is season 10, episode, I don't know, I'll have it right at the bottom, but I hope you guys are doing good today. So, for those of you who watch my family or fiance review, then you probably are aware that I did the review for Married at First Sight a few days ago. I was planning on sitting down and doing some editing because I wanted to do transition screens, and I kind of wanted to do a little bit more in this video. The review was extremely long. I needed to cut it down. It was like 45 minutes. And I went to open my computer last night and I didn't have any videos. Every video I've ever done was like completely gone. So I'm not really sure what happened, but I don't have any videos. I say Mercury retrograde. Y'all know how I am around that time. So I just kind of, chalked it up. I redid my family or fiance. I was debating about redoing this video. Decided after work that I would go ahead and do it because I do have something to tell you guys in this video and I wanted to go ahead and get it done. Didn't want to wait until next week. So yes, it is very late. The show will come on Wednesday, but I had to go ahead and do it. A little bit blowed though that I can't edit it because I had this cool way that I was gonna set it up, but I need to just get over it. Just get over it, girl. You can't edit. And we'll just keep it moving. But we will be having edited videos, I hope, very soon, because I think I'm gonna be buying me another MacBook, refurbished, because y'all know the budget, and strictly for doing my videos on. I miss my iMovie, so I think I'm gonna be doing that really, really soon, hopefully. So we'll be back then. All right. So what I need to tell you guys is this. While I am very late with this video, I do not feel bad because it took everything in me to watch that show because I don't like it. And this will be my last review for Married at First Sight. Y'all, I'm sorry. I tried to stick with it. I told myself, just give it to the end of the season. Well, I thought it was 10 episodes. It's 17. I'm not going to make it through 17 episodes of this show. I just don't enjoy the show. It lost me around episode 3. That's when the magic just started to leave me. Every time I see the red dot on my DVR, knowing that it's recording, knowing that I have to watch it, I get really upset. It took me 3 days to watch this episode because I just didn't want to sit down and go through it. I would watch it and I would turn it off, and you guys, it's just bad. It's just bad. I tried for y'all because I really appreciate y'all. So I hope y'all don't take this offensively. I hope some of you will unsubscribe because you're just here for this show. So I understand, but I just can't do it anymore. But I really, really do appreciate you guys, and maybe some other shows might work out a little better for me, but just not this one. So as we break down the review, I'm going to be talking to you guys, giving y'all my top 4 reasons of why I have decided to no longer review this show. So I hate that I don't have my little screens, but we're just going to get through it as best we can. It is late in the hour. It's after work, so let's just try to get through all of these notes that I have. So one of the first things I want to say about the episode last night, that if anybody felt like this show only shows the women in a positive light, I bet you they flipped the script for you the other night. Woo, them women caught that L. They caught the L. Okay, the ladies had to hold it. Okay, last Wednesday. This past Wednesday. So, all right. So let's start out with this. My top reason for why I can no longer review this show. The first thing is that the whole premise of the show, the whole basis of the show, I don't really like it. And I told y'all this the very first episode that I wasn't sure about it for that reason. Because, although there are people who get married, when they first meet each other in other societies, we don't live in that type of society. We live in a developed country that is we're used to choices, and we're used to having several options, and sometimes you can become spoiled by that. And that includes even in your dating. So I was very curious as to how this was going to work out in a society of people that's used to having so many options, and I just didn't see it. And I'm not saying that it's not possible, but when you look at the couples and how they interact and how things are going, it's kind of like my worst fears are beginning to come true every single episode, and it's just not enjoyable to watch. And I feel like we're investors, right? We invest our time, we invest our money, but time we can't get back. And so if you're gonna invest your time 2 hours, first of all, watching a show, that's another reason it's too long. And an hour in the comments, an hour and a half doing videos, it's just, you want it to be an investment in something that you actually enjoy, and I've lost that with this show. So going back to my reason, though, sorry I got on a tangent, but going back to my reason of how the basis of the show is set up. So let's start with Mike and Mika. They'll be a good example of my top reason. So Mike and Mika are having a hair bonding experience, which I thought was cute, actually, because I spent years hiding my hair from my ex-boyfriend. I don't even know if he ever really got to see it, because I had problems with my own natural hair. I didn't think it was pretty, and I'm still kind of getting over that, actually. But hair bonding is an important thing. I'm glad that Mika's taking that ponytail out, because it was wearing me out. I love her natural hair. I really didn't like that side ponytail. So Mike is helping her, which is great. I mean, that's one of the best experiences you can actually have with your man, like, seriously. And so they're telling little jokes to each other, and then they start talking about his principal job. So he's not taking the principal job because they have changed some of the terms and the agreements in the contract that he originally had. And so he decided instead to take a director position, and he won't be taking the principal job. And Mika's confused by this. And Mika's not good at hiding her facial expressions. She better not ever play poker, because you could read her like a book. Mika's aggravated. She doesn't understand what Michael is talking about. The whole time I wanted Mika to put on a scarf, because she was keeping it too real with the net at the back of the hair and the braids. I said, oh, Mika girl. Okay, so she's asking Michael, well, what happened with the job? Like, I don't understand. Did you not already have your contract? Did you not already agree to the terms and the conditions? Can they just go back and change your contract? Did you not have your offer letter? And so Michael is answering the questions as best he can. He says that because they are a Catholic school, they can change stuff at any time, and he really just doesn't have any control over it. Now, I need my people out there who know contracts, agreements, HR type of thing. Y'all let me know if you've ever heard of such, and if that can indeed be done. And I'm talking about my people who really know what they're talking about. If you don't know, just stay silent. But if you know, let me know, because I have no idea how different education systems work. I really don't know. I thought that once you signed a contract that it was binding, but like I said, I don't know how the education system works. So Mika is under the impression that he's not telling the truth. So in this episode, they're doing the L word. They're talking about the love, and have they been in love, and their love languages, right? So Michael is telling Mika that he definitely has been in love a couple of times. And for him, just that communication, and somebody showing that they care, somebody showing that they are genuinely concerned about you and care about what you say, all the things that he feels probably Mika is not doing, those are the things that allows him to feel loved. And Mika's thing is, like I told you from the very beginning, honesty. I don't know why she was talking so low, but honesty is her biggest thing. Like, I want you to be honest with me, and I feel like right now I don't know if I can trust you. The whole thing with your job and what you told me, it seems like things are just not adding up. So Michael is over there, and he's just like, the whole time Mika is talking, and I was just like, girl, you need to get up and go in the kitchen, because he might pull out them throw pillows on you. And it'll mess around and be one heck of a pillow fight in there. It will hurt. I have had a pillow come in my face at 25 miles per hour doing a slumber party pillow fight, and I'll never forget it. So he looks upset, and he says that his patience is really wearing thin with Mika. He's tired of the gotcha moments. Everything's a gotcha, like a aha moment with Mika. I caught you, I caught you, I caught you. And he's tired of feeling like he is being made to look like a liar. With Mika and Michael's situation, with Mika and Michael's situation, they are a perfect example of why by the third episode I wasn't liking the show. See, when you get with somebody, you date somebody in the way we do things, you get to watch them, right? You get to see what type of person they are. You get to see what they bring to the table. You get to see their character. You get to see their values. And then if they don't align to what you want, you can walk away. And so with the premise of this show, you can't walk away. I don't know if they're under contract or they have to be, do they get paid? You have to be with somebody a certain amount of time before you can exit the show. But to me, it's I understand it because it's a show and you have to keep it rolling, but it's so painful to watch people who are not compatible pretty much tolerate each other for the greater good of the show or the contract or whatever. So the whole basis of it just gives me the heebie-jeebies. It makes me upset to have to watch them. Later on, they go and they go to dinner and he tries to get her a gift to make up for the fact that he kind of shut down before and he didn't really say anything to her. Mika feels like his issues constantly get addressed, but hers do not. I see her point, but I don't know if I 100% agree with it. It's kind of like Michael's response will lead to him not ever having to really 100% answer a question. And so I guess maybe her issues are not addressed, but what is her real issue other than the fact that she believes that he's not telling the truth? So I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But he gives her a little gift and, you know, she softened up a little bit, but she still was just kind of looking at him, almost looking through him. And that's what I mean. Like, I don't want to sit there and watch that, you know, which leads me to point number 2. Another reason I don't like this show is that the matchups are bad. And I said that probably the 5th episode. I just don't think that these are good matchups. I don't want to accuse the matchmakers of purposely putting people together that were not good matchers, were not good in compatibility, but I just feel like they may have wanted the ratings for some people. I don't know that for sure. I don't want to think that, but that's how I am starting to feel. So I definitely see it with Mike and Mika. I said a long time ago that I just did not think she liked him, and now I'm starting to think he does not like her, and you know, rightfully so. Nobody has to like, well, in a traditional dating sense, it would be okay if they didn't like each other. This is why I don't like the basis of the show. It would be okay if they didn't like each other. If Mika didn't like Michael, she wouldn't be a bad person for that. If Michael doesn't like Mika, he's not a bad person for that. Neither one of them are bad people for not feeling or not liking the other person, but they're not dating. You get what I'm saying? So they can't walk away. Imagine if you got with somebody on the first date, you knew it wasn't going to work, but you had to continue to relive your first date for 30 some odd days. You would be miserable. You wouldn't even be able to fake it till you make it anymore. And so that's what we're seeing with these people. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. It just makes both parties look terrible. And I don't like this show. So my number 2 reason were the matchups, which brings me to Mindy and Zach. When they talk about their love experience, Zach talks in circles yet again. And I know you guys told me that you feel like Zach is trying with Mindy. I believe he is. I really do believe he's trying to let her down in the best way. But somebody please explain to me, what is he talking about when he makes these speeches to Mindy? I think even he started to get confused because he was like, help me out here if you have any ideas. I'm not really. Even he was confused when Mindy was asking him, does he feel married? He talked around it. He doesn't really know how he can feel married, but he feels like feeling married is not as important as like you being my focus. Being married really isn't the focus. Yes, it is the focus. It's married at first sight, not focusing on you at first sight. So Mindy also is very awkward, you know. Well, I don't want to tell you that you can move in, but I think that would help if you move in, but I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want to do. But at the same time, just this delicate dance of foolishness. They do end up hanging out like later on after Zach talks to his homegirl, who I loved. Okay, the homegirl was just looking at him like, what? The whole time during the FaceTime call, she didn't even know what Zach was talking about, and that was his friend. Or was it his sister? Either way, She was just like, have you ever thought to yourself that maybe you're just overthinking the whole thing? Just have fun with it, which is great advice. All the couples could stand to hear her say, just have fun with it. And I think it would make everybody's experience a little bit better if they were not overthinking it. But that's easier said than done, right? So, again, the basis of the show, I just really don't like. And the matchups are terrible. And I see it in Mika and Michael, and I still see it in Mindy and Zach. I know some people are hopeful that they can turn it around, and maybe, but I don't see it. They do end up hanging out, and it looks like they had a good time until Mindy said that they could switch face masks, which, probably ruined it for Zach again, because that's nasty. Mindy, we done told you about your hygiene now. Come on now. Stop it. Stop embarrassing the ladies like that. But, maybe they can figure that out. But Zach, most men, if the attraction's not there from the very beginning, they don't grow attracted. That's something that I've seen women be able to do. Like, they can like your personality and they can grow to become attracted to you, like, physically. But for guys, I feel like they have to be somewhat physically attracted to you first, and then they can fall more in like or more in love with you based on your personality and your other qualities. The men out there, let me know, because I'm not a man, so I don't know. Next, okay, what's my third reason? I had a little sticky note, I done lost it. Okay, think. Child, my brain is fried from work. Oh, the resources. Where are the resources for the couples? Like, the experts like to call in and dial in and all these messages and notes and stuff around the house. We need more than that. We need one-on-one. We need y'all to come in with the crew. We need y'all to sit down. We need books. We need material. We need videos. These folks need help. They need more stuff to go over. The couple that I feel like has done work on themselves, and they've brought that work they've brought individual work into the marriage, is Jessica and Austin. When they started talking about love, I noticed that they were using the proper terms from the book, the Love Languages book. And to me, that was really impressive, because that let me know that this was something they researched a long time ago. And maybe we can talk about that. Y'all want to do is it the 5 or the 4? I think it's 5 love languages. But y'all want me to review that book? I've read it before. And y'all can take the test and find out your love language, and we can talk about, y'all want to do that? That might be fun. Y'all let me know if you want to do it. But her love language is words of affirmation. His love language is physical touch, which is why he always hugs her. She was a little concerned that he may not feel in love for a period of at least a year, because it's very serious to him. I can see how it would be alarming, but I don't think it's odd. I really don't. Everybody doesn't fall in love at the same rate. Some people have been fooled by love in the past, and so they take their times. Like I said, in the real dating world, you watch people. I don't tell people I love them within 3 to 4 months or even 6 months. So maybe something is wrong with me. I don't know. But I didn't think a year was completely unrealistic. However, I do need to know that you at least have some type of stronger feeling for me if we're together that long. But y'all can let me know. Do you feel like, when I was younger, of course, 2021, yeah, them I love yous will come out real quick. But the older I get, the more I'm just like, I just think you have to be vulnerable, but you also have to make sure you guard your heart against the wrong things, I guess you could say. But y'all can let me know what y'all thought about that. Jessica and Austin, I think they're going to be good, because they've done self-work, in my opinion. Katie and Derek could use some resources too. Specifically Katie. Katie has a tendency to harp on things, and it made her look bad this episode. She kept bringing up the fact that Derek had never been in love, and that he was the heartbreaker, apparently, in his relationships, as he admitted to. But my thing is, nobody's going to admit seemingly bad qualities about themselves if they don't trust you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to admit, like, let's say I was a hoe, okay? And I'm not a hoe, right? But let's say I used to get around and I talked to my new significant other about it. If I didn't trust him, I'm not even going to let that information come out. So to me, she's not even noticing the little qualities that Derek is giving off that is showing how much he really does care about her and really does want this to work. The fact that he takes initiative, planning a date, a fun date. Let me tell you, it took me years to get somebody to really, really take initiative and plan, because in my previous relationships, I've been the one that plans a lot of the things. So the fact that he planned a date that you would enjoy and that y'all could laugh and have fun, the fact that he is letting you continue to bring this up over and over again, and he did kind of get a little upset with her at one point, and he said something to her about it because he was tired of her harping on it. And when they got into the car, she wasn't really speaking to him. And he told her, he was like, look, you are the only girl that I've dated in a long time where I've pretty much liked everything about you. And I know that it's difficult, that I've never been in love before. And maybe that is a red flag. I don't know. But maybe I just haven't been in love because there hasn't been anybody that hasn't been that person for me. That's realistic. They are young. They are 25 and 26. That to me is not, puppy love, yes, but it's not odd to never have had that strong, I want to be with you forever type of love. That's not odd to me. And so Katie does accept his apology and say, I forgive you. And Derek kind of looked at her like, oh, gee whiz, thanks. And then she also apologized. I said, there you go, girl. I was wondering. Okay, I was wondering. Because you owed him one too. Because you were harping on the situation. So I get where her fears are coming from. I so get it, you guys. I really do. But Katie, ask yourself this. You've had men in the past probably tell you they love you, and then what did they do? Right? None of them were willing to walk down the aisle with you, but Derek was. Okay, Derek wanted this just as bad as you did. So, like Zach Friend said, just have fun with it. Everybody needs to. That's the motto for this episode. Just have fun with it. And so, lastly, the disaster that is Brandon and Taylor. Brandon and Taylor embody everything that I said earlier. I don't like the basis of the show. I think some of the matchups are purposely terrible. And this one, y'all can't tell me that this one was not done on purpose. And I'm going to explain why in just a moment. So, Brandon and Taylor are on the couch and they're discussing their love. And, I can't get my words out. They're discussing their love. And Taylor is aggravated, and you can tell. Brandon's talking, and y'all know how Brandon talks, like, oh, I can't do it because it's not deep enough. I kind of like how we were before, like where you were like caring and more genuine. Well, I don't know. We're talking about love. So, you go first. So Taylor goes first. Taylor appreciates someone who's interested in her. She appreciates someone who seems to take a genuine interest in what she wants and how she feels. And again, nobody's using the love language verbiage. I was really upset by that, y'all. I was offended because I like that book. But Brandon piggybacks off of her and said, yeah, my answers are the same. And so that infuriated Taylor even more. So Taylor is still in AP mode. Okay, there's BP, there's before Panama, and then there's after Panama. And she's in AP. She is still feeling some type of way. She's still not really feeling connected to him. Brandon doesn't understand because I thought we were moving past Panama. So why are you still upset with me about it? Well, we are moving past it, but I don't feel like you're really in it with me. They began to talk about how they're not really spending time together, not one-on-one time, because Brandon goes in his room, but he's willing to come out if Taylor will just say she wants to talk. And then Taylor, according to him, has a negative vibe and negative energy, so he doesn't want to talk to her. But Taylor says she's willing to talk if Brandon's willing to talk. So what does this sound like, y'all? This reminds me of, elementary school. I know you are, but what am I? Well, no, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. Somebody has to take the initiative at some point in time, but Taylor is clearly over it. I think she's been over it. She's not going to take any more initiative. Brandon's not going to take any initiative because of how Taylor is responding when he does try to take initiative, so nothing's going to get done. So Taylor cooks because she says that her attitude was a little harsh, and so she's going to try to make up for it. So they go, she makes a nice meal, they sit down, they're getting ready to eat it, she takes a picture of the meal. Now Lifetime was shady because they kept showing her taking the same picture over and over in a loop. Like every time you look, she was like over and over and over. It was like a boomerang. So Brandon is irritated because, again, he feels like Taylor does everything for the gram, and he don't want to be with that kind of girl. You said we were having one-on-one time. Why are you on social media, period? And I can agree with that. If you know your man doesn't like a certain thing, especially if it's a small thing, don't do it. Like, I know that when I'm out with somebody, I don't like for the other person to be on the phone. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're my friend. If you're going to come out with me somewhere, get off of the phone. I remember I was in a meetup group out here, and we went out to this lounge one time. It was a rooftop lounge. I was enjoying myself. I looked around the room, and everybody's head was down. Everybody. Because they were all in their phones. And I was just like, I could have stayed home for this. I don't have time for that. I don't have that to do. I keep an old cell phone. My phone is raggedy half the time because I'm just not connected to my phone in that way. I could literally go days without it if I didn't need my GPS. But what was I saying? I got off again. So yeah, if you know something aggravates him, just don't do it. So now Brandon is heated. And he's just like, how do you expect me to engage with this? How do you expect me to engage with what you're giving off? So he goes to put up his plate because he's over it. He's done with it. I said, I hope you ain't throwing that food away. You better wrap that up and take it with you to work. I would have ate my food in my car. I would have ate that food, though. So, again, Taylor is not really concerned. And to show she's not concerned, Taylor takes her phone and she goes out and does a video about how she can't find a sane, what did she say? Eligible man that was 6'3", doesn't matter the race long as the D is right, has his sanity in check, and is not gay. Now, if that wasn't all types of shade, you guys, I don't know what was. I really do not know what was. And 6'3", girl, I can tell you that's half the problem right there, because 6'3" men are usually taken at a very young age, or they know that their height is a commodity, and so they take that opportunity to act up. But anyway, you guys, and I'm not saying, y'all, I've dated shorter men. I've dated all types of men. I got played by 2 dudes that was under 5'5", and I'm 5'7". So, she comes back home like nothing is wrong, like she didn't do anything, like it was just a joke. Brandon has left his key and moved out because to him, this is nothing that she can apologize for. And just like I got Brandon in check about the Panama thing and how I felt about it, I'm gonna have to do Taylor the same way. Like, no, girl, it's unacceptable. It was not cool. It was not a joke. It's not funny. While I understand your frustrations, a real woman would have just addressed that to him in the moment. Like, I feel like this is not working out between us. I'm not really sure what you got going on, but this is not the person that I feel like I entered this marriage with, and I don't know how we can get it right. But to go on Snapchat and air out your business like that, and you're not single, you are still married. You acting like our ghetto cousins on Facebook that think that just because they announce that they are no longer married, that is a divorce. That's not how it works. So later, Taylor meets up with the experts via phone, and they tell her to try to correct her behavior, apologize. Taylor doesn't feel like she did anything wrong. She meets with Mika. Mika tells her she needs to apologize, that if Michael would have done that, she would have been livid. Taylor doesn't feel like she did anything wrong. Brandon meets with Michael. Michael says that, yep, there's a lot that we're trying to get to know about each other and trying to do better, but that was wrong. And Brandon agrees. If she doesn't feel like she needs to apologize to me, it's a wrap. It's over. She's been acting up this whole time. She's all in her phone, all on social media all the time. She could have been on another reality show, which is why I say the matchups, to me, they know better. They know what they're doing. And so, yeah, Taylor was 100% wrong. I didn't appreciate what she did. I don't care what her frustrations are. I can't make any excuses for her, just like I didn't make any excuses for the Brandon. We got to keep it fair around here. So, anyway, that was pretty much it in a nutshell. My last reason of why I'm no longer doing this show, I'm sick of the She-Man Man Haters Club and the He-Man Woman Haters Club. I don't know why anybody would watch a show that would center on things or aspects of a certain even race or gender or class or whatever that you don't like. So you find yourself getting riled up. I won't even say riled up, but you find yourself watching it just to convince yourself or to adhere to your own preconceived notions about whatever you think about a certain. I'm not breaking it down right, but I'm just tired of it. Trust me, I have been through things with guys, and I was really, really through. I could tell y'all some stories, but I don't let those representations represent every guy out there for me, and I don't speak that way as well. You know, there's some things that happen, some things that don't happen. Doesn't mean everybody is the same. I don't get into comment sections and say like, I just don't know. But I just want all y'all to find healing. Law of attraction videos are coming up for those of you who behave this way. It ain't all of you. But I'm going to tell you, Married at First Sight brought a different dynamic to the channel that we did not have with Ready to Love, and we do not have with Family or Fiance. And I'm just not used to that. Okay, even in other people's comments, I see it. And it reminds me of the person that I was years ago when I was a little bit more unhappy and a little bit hyper-focused on negatives in life and not positives. And I, too, was a person who used to carry on in YouTube comments. But I have been delivered because I started focusing on positive things, and positive things started surrounding me, including the television programming I watch, which is why I'm no longer watching this show. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this last episode. It is 31 minutes long, and I'm not going to be able to edit it. So, yeah, I'm not even going to say like, comment, and subscribe. I'm not even going to probably get into these comments too much. Y'all enjoy, and I will talk to y'all for the next one. I might review the other show, though, the Pride and... It ain't Pride and Prejudice, but whatever that other show is with Pastor Cal, we might review that one. But I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.